A guy watched my social media page and he recommended me to someone that doesn't live in the state, but they're wanting to move into state, and they signed the contract within 2 days after that. So before I ever even got into real estate, before even taking my classes online, Tucker, whatever it may have been,
Yeah.
I started a series, basically day one of becoming a teen realtor. This was way before I even took the class. And I literally show you my whole process of day one to, well, even here now.
That's awesome. So you started documenting the whole process, so people could still like go to your stuff and like find that.
Definitely. And I honestly did it because it holds me accountable to staying, on the journey of becoming a teen realtor. And also it helps other people see that you can do it. Like, it's not impossible. Like, I became a realtor within, I'll say, 5 months from start to finish. And honestly, it's changed my life. I've only been a realtor for 3 months and it's already changed my life. It connects me with new people and it's amazing.
I think it's a super fun industry to be in. I mean, the name of our company, Intrigue, I mean, that I've probably said it on here a time or two. Like, it comes from the fact that I just felt like the real estate industry is like one of the most interesting places to be. There's always something to learn. There's always something that's changing, which is, both a blessing and a curse sometimes. But yeah, it's a lot of parts of it are still kind of the Wild West, and I think it's just, there's never a dull moment in it. So you're in for quite a ride. Having been someone I've been in your shoes, haven't had my license for a couple months, and there's just so much there's so much you're going to accomplish and so much you're going to learn in the next couple years, and it's a fun ride. Not without its stressful times, for sure.
Most definitely. And I'm ready for those roller coaster rides throughout the way. I love roller coasters. I just got into them not too long ago.
Oh, yeah?
I used to be scared of them. Now I face them straight on, and that's what I'm going to bring to real estate too.
Heck yeah, man. What's your, you got a favorite roller coaster?
So, believe it or not, the first roller coaster I got on was the Diamondback at Kings Island.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of got peer pressure into getting on it, but when I got on it, I kind of fell in love with it. Same as real estate. As soon as I learned Monopoly, fell in love with it.
Have you been to Cedar Point?
I have not been to Cedar Point. I want to go though.
It's been a long time, but I grew up here in Indy, so that was one of the trips we would try to make once every couple of years, and maybe that's a little biased, but Cedar Point definitely has some of the best roller coasters around here. So if you get the chance, you should take it.
You gonna make me book? Gonna make me book it?
Yeah.
What about Holiday World? You guys both been there?
Oh yeah.
Santa Claus, Indiana.
A couple of really good roller coasters, but not necessarily known.
Nothing
for that.
major. Yeah. What's their big? They got that biggest one that is is it a flying coaster? They got one.
It's been over a decade since I've been there. I remember the Raven was one of them.
The Raven. I've been on the Raven.
Yeah.
But that one's that you sit on the Raven.
Yeah.
But they've got one over by the water park area. Anyway, this is very inside baseball for central Indiana.
Yeah.
You guys are scaring me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. Diamondback is probably as far as I'll. Actually, that's a lie, because last year I went upside down and that was scary.
I'm gonna see how much I can scare you right now, actually. Because I didn't grow up in central Indiana. I grew up in California, and so our Cedar Point was Six Flags Magic Mountain.
Mm-hmm.
That was the spot. It was the Santa Clarita, California. It's kind of the north side of LA. And I grew up in central California, so it was a 3.5-4 hour drive. And we'd go down there, probably once a year, growing up. And when I was in high school, which I think I was kind of similar to you, I had a period where I had to be, I was just peer pressured by friends to pretend I was okay with roller coasters, but I was not. I was terrified of them. And my problem wasn't going upside. I loved going upside down. I didn't care about that. I trusted the harness or whatever. It was the drop. I hated that feeling of of long drops and the sinking feeling in your stomach. It always freaked me out. And so this Six Flags had a ton of big roller coasters with drops. They had this one roller coaster that was new, called X, and now it's called X2 because they like made upgrades and added fire or something. I think, well, at least when I was in college, it was called X2. It could be torn down now for all I know. Like, so this was like a decade ago.
It's X3 now.
It might be X3 now or X5. But this roller coaster, I just have to describe it to you because you loaded up on this roller coaster and it was like the track was in the middle and had just a machine sitting on it. It had these bars that came out, so you loaded from either side. Mm-hmm. So where you were seated, like you weren't over or under the track. You were beside the track, and you're this big bar that could rotate came out from the part that sat on the track, and you were sat in like a baby cradle, like like on this, and you pulled the harness over, and you sat down, and the first thing that happened was you got rotated back. So you were like, basically you started this ride like lying on your back, and you would leave backwards. So you're lying on your back, and then you left backwards, and you would kind of do this turn out of the warehouse and right away, like with most great roller coasters, you start clicking up. So right away, so you're just laying on your back, going backwards up this, the ratchet that brings you up to the top of the coaster. And this is actually a very serene, peaceful part of it because you're like laying there and you have this whole view. You're at this corner of the park, so you have actually a panoramic view of the whole park, and you don't even see the whole coaster is behind you. So from an experience standpoint, pretty like I don't know if that was thought of in the design, but it was kind of cool. Like you just look out at this whole park and you're just clicking, and then you start to feel yourself kind of go over the drop, and you're like, I'm about to go like head over my heels like are going to come up over my head, and I'm going to go down this drop. And you start to like inch over, and the first drop is a fake out. It goes over it's like ooh, and it's like a little hill, and you don't go down. You think you're about to go through it, and it doesn't happen, and then you go over the second hill, and when you clear that, like, okay, it's definitely for real this time, and you're going, and then it surprises you again. I mentioned those bars could rotate. You're going backwards, and then it rotates you towards the coaster, and you just plummet like straight down. It feels like you're going. I actually think it's less than 90 degrees. So like you drop, and then you end up doing kind of like this front somersault to come back up, and it is your brain is like scrambled eggs at that point.
I would definitely not get on that. Either you cannot peer pressure me.
That's my recommendation. You gotta go ride that roller coaster.
If you get on it with me,
I will. I've done it. I've ridden it several times.
I shouldn't have said that.
We'll get it on the calendar.
Yeah, no, that's not me. I'm sorry. That's where I draw the limit. That's where I draw the line.
Yeah.
For me, the worst part was not the drop. It was that slow ratcheting rise, because you're moving so slow and the anticipation is building. And I'm just like looking at the structure as we're slowly going up this hill, thinking like, this thing's just nuts and bolts.
Yeah.
Like someone built this with their hands.
Right.
And that's like,
there's probably some power tools involved.
Yes. But I just mean like, it's not a simulation anymore. It's like, I don't know, too much human error involved. And then you like kind of get over the edge and you're like, okay, I'm good with this.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah. No, the part I would never trust as a kid was the drop. Because the drop is like, we're going too fast. Like there's no way this is going to be saved by any amount of human engineering. I think I did not trust. I was like you. I didn't trust the engineers.
Yeah, my favorite part is when the roller coaster is done. Honestly, that's my favorite part.
When it's over, you can just like get out and kiss the pavement.
Yep.
Yeah. I feel you there. Well, so new agent, you got your first. Tell us about this deal you got under contract. Obviously, like, don't give away any personal details of the client, but like this deal you have under contract right now. Like, how did it come about? Like, yeah.
Yeah, most definitely. Well, a guy watched my social media page, and he watches it a lot, actually. And he recommended me to someone that doesn't live in the state, but they're wanting to move into state. And we've had the buyer's consultation, and they signed the contract within 2 days after that, and they're really excited. I'm also really excited to help them.
Okay, so you have a buyer's agency agreement in place, but they're still looking for the property.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
We're going through pre-approval right now.
Okay, awesome. Is it like their first time purchasing a home?
Yeah, it's their first time purchasing a home, and they're really excited because where they're moving from is really, really expensive. And I was telling them that you can get a lot more for what you're paying down where they're at. Mm-hmm. And they was really happy about that.
That's I've worked with a number of clients over the years that have come to Indy from California, or they're investing in Indy from California or Texas, and they're like, wow, I can't believe how affordable this market is.
No, 100%.
And I say, well, you're helping make it less affordable. I mean, there is some truth to that, but they're also, if for anybody who owns property out here already, they're helping that value grow. And I mean, it's the nature of things, right? I think a lot, the fact that this market is affordable is really drawing people in, and it's one of the reasons why I am so bullish, as they say, on Indianapolis. Is it has so much room to grow, and I think the city's making wise investments into so many of the projects that are going on, not just downtown, but in so many of our suburbs, the greater Indianapolis area. So
yeah, definitely. I mean, one thing I really like about Indianapolis is, we don't have any crocodiles here. We don't have sharks, things like that. And that's what I like to tell a lot of people that are coming down from wherever it may be, Florida, wherever it may be, Louisiana, that we don't have none of that stuff here.
Crocodiles, no sharks?
Nope.
That really should be a bumper sticker. I really think. In Indiana, no crocodiles, no sharks.
Got to patent it.
No scorpions.
I love that. Because I hear my family's all out in California, so I hear all the time like, I couldn't live in a place that doesn't have mountains or beaches. So the next time somebody tells me like no beaches, I'll be like, no beaches, but no sharks.
No wildfires.
No wildfires, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe a little tornadoes, but nothing too big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think you raised an interesting point, and it kind of speaks to something I've heard Ryan talk about in the past. Just the power of like the social media, like the effort that you're putting into that. Like I know like you have a similar experience. You've picked up quite a bit of business through your social media. So it sounds to me like the effort that you've put in just probably prior to getting your license is already paying off.
Oh, most definitely. I'm up to 720 followers as of today, and all of them have just been, from my social media, from posting about me. I post a lot of, funny content, but also learning.
Yeah.
Just a combination of really everything that really kind of separates me from different agents. Mm-hmm. And it's definitely helped bring in a lot of clients, a lot of future clients, and, just a lot of friends in general.
You can check out our full library of episodes wherever you get your podcasts.